Hi, today we're going to be talking about the disassembly and reassembly of our VIPER guns. You're going to start by taking your air cap off. See your needle or your tip right inside there? Just give that a little push. Anytime you take that tip out, you want to check the quality of your gasket and make sure everything's good to go there. Now, before you remove your diffuser head, you're going to depress that needle. Make sure that you're not scoring it as you break this loose. And continue to keep that down while you're unscrewing it so you don't put any scarring on the tip of that needle. Now, before we pull this out, we're going to get a hold of this retention screw, back it off, get it all the way out of there. Inside here we have a gasket and a brass wedge. So you want to make sure you've got that loose before you try to take your bar spring screw out. Notice that I'm not putting the tip of the needle down on the mat. I'm using just the rim of the gun to keep everything stable. Notice also that I am keeping pressure with my thumb on the back end of this screw. There are two springs in here, and when this lets go, we don't want the cap and the springs to go shooting off everywhere. There we go. So, needle spring, bar spring, and end cap. I'm just going to take the tip of my finger and push on that needle, shoving everything back. You can see that the wedge and gasket have come out. I'm just going to grab right back here, pull that needle through while stabilizing those with my other hand. Pull these out. There's the screw. There's the brass wedge and the gasket. Also inside here is the ferrule, which you can just see the tip sticking out underneath the trigger. That little push, the trigger, and then with our hand. Boom. These two rubber gaskets you don't ever want to run through your ultrasonic. They will deteriorate over time if you do that and cause a lot of black goo to build up in your gun. And you won't be able to figure out why. 13mm wrench here. And loosen up the fan. There we go. Just work it out. There's no spring inside this one. It's just good practice to keep your thumb on the back when you're backing it out so you don't forget to do so on the bar cap. Now you've got one more set that you definitely want to take apart when you're cleaning. Lock in one wrench on the base there, and a second right on this cap. Take off that union, and there is your inline filter. This is your support, there is your filter, and then there is the retention nut at the bottom. That's your disassembly. Anytime you disassemble it, you want to make sure you look at your gaskets, look for any wear, tear, and cracks. Replace them as needed.